All right, folks, what we have right now is probably the first one of the three that we've seen so far, this one, of course, being the third one, that you can actually tow if you have a vehicle that is able to tow 5,000 pounds, right? All these RVs have been under 5,000, but if you're like, okay, I have a tow rating of 5,000 pounds, what can I tow? This right here is a great option. This is the 2021 Forest River Salem Select 177FQ. And as you'll see, of course, you don't have any slides, which if you're towing, if you have the 5,000 pound tow capacity, you're going to be hard pressed to find anything with a slide, or maybe a small slide, right? We have the new Rubicon that just came out with a small slide, and that one you can make happen. But otherwise, right, something like this is kind of what you're looking at. This one dry is a little over 3,300 pounds. You have about 1,500 pounds of carrying capacity, which is quite a bit for a travel trailer this size. But again, that still puts you under 5,000, even if you fully load it up till the axles are going to snap, so that way you can haul this bad boy down the road. As far as tank sizes, if you're looking to do any boondocking, this one has a 48-gallon fresh tank, 22 gray and 22 black. The most impressive part of this one, though, is the price, folks. This one is starting under $20,000. That's under $5 a day. You want to talk about something that's affordable, something that can get you out there, start RVing, just the two of you getting to go out and explore, see this beautiful country of ours? This one right here is the one to do it. One of the things we're going to start off with is the campsite dinette. If you've seen my videos, you know what I'm going to say. If you've been watching, all 10 weeks, you know what I'm going to say right here. Why do I love this window? Because this is where I'm going to be. This is where I'm going to be, eating my breakfast. I just want to look out at my campsite. If for no other reason, then if I don't know my neighbors to the other side and I'm eating a meal and I look out and they look in the window, we have that awkward transition of why you looking at me, and I'm like, I don't know, because I have nothing else to look at, and I don't want to go through that. So here, I'm looking out to my campsite, which is what I want. Again, what I want to see. You'll notice now this dinette isn't as big as some others, right? This is built for two people. Definitely, if you're looking to have, 4 people in this dinette, you're going to be pretty squished. But for just the two of you, which is what this is built for, this is perfect. Electrical outlet right over here as well. So if you're someone who has the luxury of being able to work on the road, especially, in the day and age we're in, we're finding more and more people are being able to work remotely. It's one of the great things to come from this terrible time we've had is the fact that more companies are like, oh, we can do this remotely. And something like this, if you have a laptop, you have a tablet, you plug it in, you essentially have your little mobile workstation right here, right? You're good to go. So I do like having that there. And if for nothing else, maybe, again, you just want a place to charge your cell phone or tablet, you're good. This does drop down into a bed, folks, but again, it's certainly not going to be a large bed. They say that this one sleeps 3. If you're an adult and you're sleeping here, it will be fairly tight. You can probably make it manage. You can manage. You just don't roll too much, you'll end up on the floor. But if it's like a grandchild or something that you want to take camping with you, this does make an excellent bed. Another thing, right, a little tip, if you will, something that I've done personally numerous times, is if you have a young child, someone who's not going to be in a bunk, they still sleep in a crib, they're not crawling up and out of the crib yet, a dinette is a perfect spot to put a pack and play, where they can sleep for the night or, sleep during the day to take naps. Because what you do is when you drop this down, you just remove all the cushions and you'll have the wood base right here, right? And that's going to be flush with this table all the way across. So it gives you a nice solid base to put that pack and play on, and it's up out of the way. So you still have a full walkthrough. So it's not, blocking off half of the camper. Now again, if they're crawling, if they're getting out of that pack and play, please don't put them up anywhere high. For everyone's safety, obviously, we don't want that to happen. But just one of those, kind of, I guess, pro tips, right, from someone who does a fair amount of RVing. I certainly, I have used the dinette as a spot for the pack and play numerous times. Taking a look up top, right over here, you will see the spot to put a TV if you want a TV in here. If you do, I suggest getting a swing arm mount rather than a flat arm. So that way, A, you can turn it towards the bed if you're in bed, and B, if you're in the dinette, you can actually swing it around and still be able to watch it in the dinette. Otherwise, if you do a flat, you can really only watch it in bed, and it might be a slightly weird angle. So definitely get that swing arm mount there. Right up top, good storage. We'll open that up so you can take a peek in there. You'll also see the Multimedia Center over here to this side. Now that is, they do have cable wiring running through, and I'll show you in just a second. But you have an HDMI and USB port, but if you take a look up here, You will see that you have the connections right there so that, you know, if you have the audio and video cables, you can plug them into the back of the TV, and that will kind of run from here. Now, again, folks, you're not going to get anything 4K, but it is going to be better than nothing at all. This also is Bluetooth capable. You'll see the speakers right in here, so if you want to jam out, you know, connect your iPhone to it, you can do that quite easily. AC unit will be located right here in the center, 13.5K BTU, and in a unit this size, I mean, you know, we're under 23 foot. Folks, I'm telling you, that will cool this off in a hurry. That is certainly all you need to stay nice and cool right inside this Salem. In the very back, if you take a look, I love this, right? You have a hanging rod. So as soon as you walk in, you want a place to hang up, you know, sweatshirts, jackets, or if you just want more clothes storage, because as we take a look up front, you'll see you don't have much wardrobe. So chances are this will probably become your primary wardrobe. But I do like where it's at because it is close to the bathroom, which, you know, in an open floor plan like this, if you want a little bit of privacy, if you want to change, it's probably where you're going to be changing at. You also have a little cubby hole here. Now, again, you can use this for clothes if you want. I personally, and maybe I'm a little weird for this, I'd probably put like a little mat in there, a little rug, and that's where I'm going to put my shoes because I don't want my shoes clogging up my doorway, right? I want them out of the way. And in a smaller RV like this, all the storage space you have is at a premium. And so I kind of want it right by the door, and, you know, I don't want to take up space in my kitchen, for example. So, again, that's where I'll be putting my shoes. Back in the bathroom here. You know, when I close the door, it is a little tight on my right knee. You know, you can see the door will be right here, so I kind of have to, you know, kick it over to the side a little. So definitely not a place I'm going to sit and, you know, read a novel or anything like that. But, you know, if you're just sitting here getting your business done, you can make it work. Over to the side is a tub shower, so if the grandkids do come, you can give them a bath, which is nice. But the main thing I like about a tub, right, if you're in a non-bunk model, is the fact that it's a higher threshold. And when you have a curtain, as you can see, the water is actually going to go down in the tub. Sometimes if you just have a shower base, you know, the curtain comes like right down to the shower base, and or there may even be like a small little gap. Well, then water gets all over the floor. Not a huge fan of it. So even though it is a little bit of a step up, I would rather have the tub in this situation when you have a curtain. As far as height, folks, I'm 6 foot tall. I could honestly probably be 6'2" and still shower in here thanks to that skylight without having to duck down. And you have a towel bar all the way across the back, so you have a convenient spot to grab that towel. Let's come on back out, take a look at the kitchen. Fridge freezer combo, opening that guy up can take a space. Pretty standard stuff here, right? But you know, good size. You know, definitely not too small, not too big, but it works. It runs off both propane and electric, which can definitely be nice if you're doing you know, a little bit of boondocking where you don't have shore power, don't have that full hookup. You can run that off propane. Microwave up top here, more storage over to this side. Right, again, we talk about good storage in the in our kitchen space. We want to make sure we utilize that where we can, so you have that up top. Down below, this is really cool. They actually give you a 3-burner cooktop and a dual basin sink, right? Something that, a double large sink, not dual basin, but the same size as dual basin, right? It is a single bowl, but it's not like a half-size sink like oftentimes you get in smaller RVs. So, you know, you do get the full sink as well as the full cooktop, and you have the prep space right up top over here, which is wonderful. Electrical outlet over to this side. Need a spot to put a coffee maker? There it is. Margaritaville machine? There it is. You got a toaster? There it is. Underneath, you have a single drawer. I always say you have to have at least one drawer to make a functional kitchen because you have to have a spot for your flatware. Clearly, they agreed with me because they already put the dividers in there for you. Underneath that is a direct vent furnace. Again, folks, in an RV this size, that right there will do more than enough to keep it toasty in here. And then storage underneath for all of your pots and pans. So we take a look up front. They did do a north to south bed, which I like, right? Rather than east to west, because that way you can get out on either side. You don't have to crawl over each other. You will see the nightstands on both sides with electrical outlets on both, USB ports on one side, so you have a spot to charge your cell phone, plug in your CPAP, whatever else you need to plug in. You know, maybe need to charge some things. Who knows what you got up there, but you can charge it. You'll also see kind of the shiplap going across the front and the shelf. So if you have any, you know, decor you want to put up there, maybe just some extra clothes, right, that you're not putting back in the wardrobe, that you're not hanging up, that gives you a spot to put it. Now, that kind of wraps it up for the inside, but what about the outside, right? Let's talk a little bit about the outside on this lightweight Salem Cruise Lights. Head on right up front here. So we take a look at the front. One of the things I really like that they do is they give you the smooth aluminum front rather than having the rolled aluminum, because this is a lot easier to clean, and chances are that's where all your bugs and everything are going to get smashed, and we want to be able to wash that, right? You know, we want it to look nice at the campground. We don't want to look like slobs. Let's keep it nice and clean, and that gives you the ability to do it. Coming around to the side, you'll see here, it's magnetic catch, so you can put it up just like that. The thing I like about this, especially if you have the grandkids that come, they go to shut this. There's not a plastic tab or anything that's going to break off. And same thing for me. I mean, sometimes I forget, you know, so I like having the magnet. Taking a look inside, you can see that that is a very big pass-through. Wow, that's heavenly, isn't it? It's angelic. Look at that. In the power suit, just the light coming down. Oh. Love it. But you can fit all sorts of stuff in there. She fits in there. I wouldn't put people in there, but she got in there somehow. Don't know who's doing this. Down underneath, you have propane quick connect. If you want to hook up a grill, something like that, boom, there it is. I love this. You're going to be, you know, cooking some stuff up, grilling. There it is. Got some steaks, some burgers, some brats, whatever it may be. This makes it very convenient, and you can listen to some music while you're sitting out here, right? You want to jam out? That's controlled by that Multimedia Center inside, and again, that is Bluetooth capable. You also have TV hookup if you want to watch TV out here, and as you would expect, that is underneath that power awning with an LED light strip. So you just push a button, that sucker rolls out. Same thing to put it right back in, and again, that covers all of this. You know, if you want, it can cover your grill. So if you know you're cooking out here and you don't want to be in the sun, you're good to go. You're watching TV, you're underneath that power awning. All of that is great. You know, nice easy entrance to get in. And as we come around to the back, just want to show you here, you do get the square tubular bumper, which gives you a spot to put your sewer hose. And more importantly, it also gives you a spot in which your spare tire can rest, so it's very easy to access if you have to. And up top there, this one also has backup camera prep if you want a backup camera. Not a huge RV, right? Again, under 23 foot, but if you want one, you have the option to do it. Folks, if you like this one, if you're into the Salem 177 FQ and you're like, yes, Ian, under 20 grand, that's right in my budget, you know, $4.94 a day, I can make that happen. Then what you'll want to do is text the word RV to 46642. That will lock in the show pricing on this one. And I'm telling you, folks, we have a ton of these all throughout the U.S. You're going to want to get your hands on it because, as you know, RVs are becoming extremely popular for good reason, because people are figuring out that this right here is one of the absolute safest way to see this beautiful country of ours.